your chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be...
Ever get that feeling? Like you're super curious about something. Maybe it's how to get that radiant skin everyone seems to have these days. But then you think about all the articles you'd have to read and the reviews you'd have to sift through, and it's just overwhelming. You want the good stuff, the insights, without all the extra noise.
That's what we're all about here, really. Cutting through the noise and bringing you the core of what you need to know. Hopefully even spark a few of those aha moments along the way.
And today, we're focusing on the skincare routine of none other than Roseanne Park. You probably know her as Rosé from BLACKPINK. They're a global sensation, right? And she's known for both her amazing music and her, constantly glowing skin.
It's a great topic for sure. I mean, she's so successful in such a demanding industry. Plus, she's become this beauty icon, so naturally people want to know her secrets.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. Born in Auckland, New Zealand on February 11th, 1997. Then she spends her childhood and teenage years in Melbourne, Australia, before moving to South Korea and just completely blowing up with BLACKPINK. That's a journey across continents right there.
And all those different environments, different cultures and climates she's experienced, it makes you wonder how those played a role in shaping how she thinks about skincare. Adds another layer to it,
For sure. So what we're aiming for today is to get under the surface of Rosé's skincare. Understand the key steps she takes, the reasons behind them, and bring it all to you in a way that's clear, engaging, and, respectful of your time. We've done the digging so you don't have to, bringing you the who, what, when, where, and why of her radiant skin. Okay, so let's unpack this, starting with the who.
Right, the who. Well, when we're talking about Rosé, her background is really interesting. Those early years in New Zealand, then growing up in Australia, and the big move to South Korea to pursue music. Those diverse experiences must have exposed her to all sorts of beauty philosophies and practices. I mean, can you imagine how different the climates and cultural beauty ideals are in those places? It probably shaped her whole perspective.
That's such a good point. Someone growing up under the Australian sun, for example, they'd probably be thinking about sun protection from a young age.
Yeah.
It just becomes part of your life,
Yeah.
So that brings us to the what does Rosé's actual skincare routine look like? From what we found, it really aligns with the Korean 10-step skincare routine.
Ah, the famous 10 steps. Which, it might sound like a lot, but it's really about layering products. Each one targets a specific need, and the main focus is on cleansing thoroughly, hydrating deeply, and protecting consistently. It's all about building a strong foundation.
And the first step in that foundation is an oil-based cleanser. Now, I think some people might be wondering, why oil? Why put oil on your face first thing? But the thing is, oil attracts oil. So it's super effective at breaking down makeup, that sebum our skin naturally produces, which can sometimes clog pores, and even those oil-based sunscreens.
Exactly. It's the whole dissolves principle. Think about it like using an oily stain remover on a grease stain. It binds to the oil and lifts it away. And then, of course, you follow that with a water-based cleanser. This step makes sure any remaining impurities that are water-soluble, like sweat and dirt, are completely gone. So it's a truly thorough cleanse.
So oil cleanser gets the oily stuff, water cleanser gets the rest. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, then comes exfoliation. Where does that fit in?
So exfoliation is usually done a couple of times a week. And it's key because it removes those dead skin cells that build up on the surface. Those dead cells can make your complexion look dull, and they can actually prevent other products from penetrating as well. Imagine smoothing a surface before you paint it, It helps everything look and work better.
Nobody wants dull skin, that's for sure.
Yep.
So this step reveals a brighter, smoother surface. What comes after that?
Toner. Now, toner sometimes gets a bad rep. People think it's unnecessary. But a good toner, it helps rebalance your skin's pH level after cleansing, which can be a little stripping. But more importantly, it acts like a primer, so to speak. It hydrates the skin and gets it ready to really absorb those products you're going to apply next, creating that optimal environment for absorption.
So it's not just about removing residue, it's about prepping the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm with you. Then we have essence. I don't know about you, but Essence always sounds so luxurious to me.
Yeah, it has a nice ring to it, right? So essences, they're lightweight but super concentrated liquids packed with hydrating and nourishing ingredients. They're designed to penetrate deep into the skin, boosting hydration at a cellular level. And they often have ingredients that improve skin elasticity and overall health. It's like giving your skin a concentrated boost of goodness.
Okay, so another layer of hydration and support for that bounce and vitality. Got it. And after Essence, what's next in this lineup?
Serums. This is where you really target specific skin concerns. Serums are packed with active ingredients, like really concentrated, and they're designed to tackle things like dullness, fine lines, dark spots, redness, you name it. Now, with Rosé's busy schedule and all the makeup she wears, we can kind of guess that she probably goes for serums with calming and antioxidant properties to fight inflammation and free radical damage,
Makes sense. So those are the targeted treatments going after specific issues. And then we have sheet masks, which I feel like have become huge everywhere. What's their role?
Sheet masks are fantastic for delivering a big surge of hydration and nutrients to the skin. The mask itself acts as a barrier, forcing the skin to really soak up all the good stuff in that serum-soaked sheet. It's like giving yourself a mini facial at home.
I see the appeal there. And then a step that I think sometimes gets overlooked, but it's so important. Eye cream.
So vital. The skin around our eyes is way thinner and more delicate than the rest of our face. It's just more prone to dryness, puffiness, dark circles, those early signs of aging. Eye creams are specifically formulated to be gentle but effective, addressing those concerns without irritating that delicate area.
That makes total sense. All right, next up is moisturizer, which I feel like most people are familiar with.
Right. The moisturizer. And this step is essential for sealing in all those layers of hydration and all the treatments you've applied. It creates this protective barrier on your skin, preventing moisture loss and keeping your skin feeling soft and supple all day long, or all night long, depending on when you apply it.
And finally, the step that no skincare routine should be without: sun protection.
Couldn't agree more. Sunscreen is absolutely non-negotiable, no matter your skin type or your concerns. It's your shield against those harmful UV rays, which are the main culprit behind premature aging, sunspots, and even more serious skin problems. It's your armor against the environment.
Absolutely essential. Now, in all of those steps, we came across a specific product that Rosé has talked about as a favorite, the Solwasu First Care Activating Serum. What's the story there?
It seems like this serum is really special to her. Interestingly, her mother used the same product. So for Rosé, the scent and the experience of using it probably bring back a lot of personal memories. It becomes more than just a skincare step, there's a sentimental connection there.
That's so fascinating, how a simple sensory detail like scent can be so powerful. It ties into memory, emotion, and suddenly a product becomes so much more personal and comforting. It reminds us that skincare isn't just functional, it can be connected to our personal histories. And that actually leads us perfectly into the when.
It really highlights how skincare can be this really personal, almost ritualistic thing. Now, about the when. When does Rosé actually find the time for this whole routine? Well, the consistent message is that she, like many people who are serious about their skin, she follows this routine both morning and night.
And I imagine the focus shifts a bit between those 2 times a day, right?
Yeah, absolutely. In the morning, it's all about cleansing away any oil or sweat that might have built up overnight, then hydrating to prep the skin for the day ahead, and of course that essential sun protection to shield against whatever the day throws at you. Think of it as preparing and protecting.
And then at night, it sounds like it's more about recovery and repair.
Exactly. After a long day, especially for Rosé, with performances and wearing heavy makeup, thoroughly cleansing to remove every trace of product and grime is super important. Then all those nourishing steps, the serums, the essences, the moisturizers, they work to support the skin's natural regeneration processes that happen while we sleep. It's all about giving your skin a chance to recover and rejuvenate. And the fact that Rosé sticks to this routine, despite her crazy schedule, it really shows how important it is to her. It's something anyone can relate to, trying to balance a busy life with taking care of yourself.
For sure. Okay, so let's move on to the where. Where does this approach to skincare originate? It's clearly a very structured system.
Well, the roots, like we touched on earlier, are firmly in Korean beauty philosophies. K-beauty is known worldwide for its emphasis on prevention, on deep and lasting hydration, and on this holistic view of skin health. It's not just about products, it's about lifestyle, diet, everything.
And Rosé has obviously been exposed to beauty trends from both Australia and South Korea, but it seems like the K-beauty influence is really strong in her routine.
It's definitely there. The core principles of layering lightweight but potent products to achieve that optimal hydration without the heavy feeling, the focus on gentle but effective ingredients, and the whole ritualistic aspect of skincare, those are all hallmarks of K-beauty. And that 10-step routine that Rosé follows, it's a classic framework within K-beauty, and people admire it all over the world because it really does deliver results. That healthy, radiant complexion everyone wants.
It's become an approach that people really respect and emulate globally. Okay, so finally, let's get into the why. Why does Rosé put so much time and effort into this routine? It's pretty involved.
Right, the why. And, it goes beyond just aesthetics, although, of course, maintaining a certain image is part of her job, being in the public eye all the time. But for Rosé, it seems to be a really fundamental part of self-care and her overall well-being. Think about it. In a career as demanding and unpredictable as hers, having a consistent, nurturing routine like this, it could provide a sense of control and stability.
That makes a lot of sense. When you're performing under those bright lights all the time and wearing layers of stage makeup, keeping your skin healthy and resilient, it becomes less about just looking good and more about necessity and comfort. It's about protecting your skin from all that stress.
Exactly. The constant performances, the travel, the makeup, all of that puts a lot of stress on the skin. A good skincare routine helps counteract those effects, keeps your skin balanced, healthy, and less likely to get irritated or break out. And also, her partnership with a brand like Sue, it suggests that she genuinely believes in those products. It aligns with her personal skincare values, and maybe it's even a way for her to share what works for her. And this brings up an interesting question for you to think about. How does your own self-care routine, whether it's simple or elaborate, connect to your daily life, to the demands and stresses you face?
That's a great point. It makes you think about how we all develop these routines, big or small, to navigate our lives and maintain a sense of well-being. All right, so to recap what we've covered today, we talked about who Rosé is and how her international background might have influenced her approach to skincare. We went through all 10 steps of her Korean-inspired routine, talking about when she does it morning and night and where these practices originate in the world of K-beauty. And finally, we discussed why she prioritizes skincare. It's clearly a vital part of her self-care, especially with her demanding career.
And it's so important to remember that while looking at someone like Rosé's routine can be really inspiring and give us great ideas, the best skincare routine is always the one that's tailored to you. Your unique skin type, your specific concerns, your lifestyle. What works wonders for one person might not be the best fit for another.
Absolutely. It's about taking inspiration and then experimenting to find what truly nourishes your skin.
So as you think about Rosé's dedication to her skincare, I want you to consider this. How do cultural influences, maybe even your own heritage or the places you've lived, and those personal connections, like Rosé's connection to her mother's serum, how do those things shape your own self-care practices? Are there certain routines or products that hold a deeper meaning for you beyond just the immediate benefits? It's something to think about.
If you loved this deep dive, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes stories of your favorite influencers. Drop a comment below who should we cover next. Stay curious, and see you next time.
Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget.